In the last few minutes, we've heard that Tito Jackson, one of the original members of the Jackson 5 and a brother of the late Michael Jackson, of course, has died.
Well, in a moment, we're going to speeches.
Some great telly as well.
Some
really good stuff to watch. Only a tiny number of them have actually seen, but yeah, good to see. Right, we're going to have the latest on Donald Trump, that second apparent assassination attempt in the next half hour. But now let's get the news, the travel and weather where you are. He's a former chair of the National Police Chiefs Council, and he will be heading the government's new Border Security Command. And this comes, of course, after headlines over the weekend that 8 more people have died while trying to cross the Channel.
Let's get more on all of that now. We are joined by Home Secretary. Find out his sentence later after he admitted making indecent photographs of children. The 63-year-old is due to appear at a hearing at Westminster Magistrates Court today. Helena Wilkinson reports. Later today, our Rome correspondent Mark Lowen joins us now, talking to the Home Secretary Yvette Cooper about the government's plans at 7:30 this morning. The Lib Dem conference continues in Brighton today, where the focus is going to be on health and social care. Our political correspondent Hannah Miller.
The TV Awards, the Emmys, have been taking place in Los Angeles over the last few hours, with several British shows. Just in case we get a call.
Every day, come on.
Tell you what, no awards for the weather over the last week or so. But Matt has been hinting that maybe more on that on BBC One's Panorama tonight and on the iPlayer as well.
I can't believe I'm about to say this next sentence. We are only in the middle of September, but it's 100 days till Christmas.
Only 100 days. Probably a bit early to be thinking about turkeys and presents, but you might be starting to think about advent calendars, which seem to be... Do you remember when they were just cardboard paper?
Yes, when we were children, yes.
Bit fancier than those
They're
these
so posh
days.
now.
We'll be keeping across that throughout the morning. Lots changing, isn't it, overnight in America as more details emerge. But right now, John joins us on the sofa for this.
Now, public hearings into the Titan submersible disaster are set to begin today. The sub, owned by the US company OceanGate, was taking passengers down to the wreck of the Titanic when it imploded, killing all 5 people on board.
Well, as those hearings begin, our science editor, Rebecca Morell, has been taking a look at some of the questions surrounding those deaths.
Fascinating to see how small it actually was, how small it looks.
Yeah, just be reminded of that story from last year. Matt's got the weather for us this morning. It was a bit foggy here first thing, wasn't it?
The magic of marbles.
Magic of marbles, like that. What an amazing story. Right, it's coming up to 7 o'clock. Let's get the news, the travel and weather from the breakfast teams around the UK. See you in a moment. First with Sally Nugent and John Kay.
Our headlines for you today. That's right, the former BBC News presenter Hugh Edwards could find out his sentence later after he admitted making indecent photographs of children. The 63-year-old is due to appear at a hearing at Westminster Magistrates Court later today, as Helena Wilkinson reports. Well, Helena is outside Westminster Magistrates Court for the man who will be in charge of coordinating plans to curb channel crossings and crack down on people smuggling gangs has been announced as Martin Hewitt. The former chair of the National Police Chiefs Council will head the government's new Border Security Command, as our correspondent Greg Mackenzie reports. So far this year. Well, Simon Jones is in Ombletus for us this morning. Countries across Central and Eastern Europe are continuing to face extreme flooding this morning as Storm Boris wreaks havoc across the continent. Tens of thousands of people are without power and several people have died or are reported missing. Our Eastern Europe correspondent Sarah Rainsford joins us now. I'm not sure that's such a big secret.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
There we go. It's 20 to 9.
It is only the middle of September, but guess what? It's only 100 days until Christmas.
No, I can't believe we're talking about this. It's probably too early, certainly too early to be thinking about turkeys and presents, but advent calendars, people are getting ready. We know from our inbox this morning. And
they have changed a lot over the last few years, haven't they? Nina is here to...
Matt has the weather for us this morning. It was a bit foggy here first thing, Matt, but how's it looking for the rest of the week?